Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire and I make speed builds in The Sims 4 here on YouTube. For this week's video, I am going to be making a dollhouse in The Sims 4. I grew up obsessed with Barbies, and honestly playing The Sims is still like playing with Barbies, and with this new glass wall update that we got a few weeks ago, possibly a month ago, I wanted to do a dollhouse and like have one like the fourth wall be glass so you can just like kind of like have your Sims do their thing without like having to control them. I know there's a challenge out there where it's like you have a giant house with like all the amenities that The Sims 4 comes with, and then you leave it for a certain amount of time, and then you come back and like see who's died or how many babies were born within the span of like an hour to like 24 hours. So we are just going to be finishing up this backyard, which is technically also the front yard. I wanted the glass wall or the fourth wall to be like the first thing you see when you walk up to this house. And so we are just going to be doing a little bit of rearranging on the backyard, going to be working on the pool before we head inside to the main house. It is a family home designed for a family of four with two little girls. So we are just going to be adding some detail onto the pool. I don't really add these pool tile details, but I decided to today just for a little extra fun detail. I was trying to go for a very playful style, and with this being a dollhouse, I tried to add a lot of pink throughout the home, but I did kind of like backtrack at the end of the video, and like some of the items are still the same item, they might just be in a different color swatch. So we are going to be working on the living room now, which is like the first main room of this house. And I decided to use the very plasticky looking chairs because I was thinking this is a dollhouse. I want to go for very plastic looking items, and these chairs came with a like I think it was like a battle pass that was for the Sims 4 birthday, and so we are just going to be making a little drop zone. I can't help myself. I need to have a little drop zone in every home. It just seems realistic to me to have a little like table or chair. Definitely need to add the coat rack to it. And I feel like the new mudroom kit it really helps with that idea or that like feature. So we are just going to be adding some artwork above the drop zone table. And for the art throughout the whole house, I was trying to make it look like it was like a sticker almost that was like placed on. So like I chose a white frame for that picture in particular because it matched the wallpaper in the space. So now we are in the kitchen and dining room. I wanted to go for a half and half feel for just convenience, and I did make these rooms pretty large, and so I wanted to fill in some space. So having a multi-purpose room in this area felt like it was a good choice to have. So we do get rid of these windows on the side of the house just to make it easier to work around and make sure there's enough space for your Sims to cook a meal. And so you're just going to be adding some upper shelving and going to just extend it one more tile just to make it a little bit bigger in this area. And the windows were just kind of in the way of the kitchen. I wanted to have a somewhat big kitchen in this home, so we are just going to be adding a trash can and going into the dining area, which is the area closest to the glass wall. So I was hoping that this is a good location for you to just kind of like set your computer camera down and then like leave the room and then like maybe record and like see how often your Sims catch on fire, or just to like kind of like go back and see like what the Sims do autonomously. So we are just going to be adding some artwork, going to be adding some like dishes. I was imagining that these dishes would just be like stuck to the little hutch. Technically, they really are stuck to the tiny little hutch, but I feel like it looked like something I would get if I was still playing with Barbies. So we are just going to be adding a little bit of clutter on the counter and going to be finishing up this area of the home. I did try to go for a very simple design overall in this house because I was imagining and going back to my own childhood of like most of those things were like stickers or were attached to one another, and so I wanted to make it pretty simple to kind of pay homage to that feature. But now we are in the bathroom. This is a two-bedroom, two-bathroom home, and I did use Space Game. I'm realizing I probably should have said that earlier in the video, but hey, if you want to know all the information, you can go down into the description of this video and everything will be there, including the size of the lot and the value of the lot. Two items I do not have off the top of my brain. So we are just going into the bathroom now. You can probably see that. And I did cut out a little middle part of this video because I wanted to add laundry. I was going back and forth. It was taking a lot of time. And since I didn't end up adding like a laundry machine into the space, I just kind of cut out that middle part of this room. Since this bathroom is like equally sized to the other two rooms, I feel like this bathroom has a little too much space. I feel like bathrooms are like normally the smallest room in a house, and so it was a little bit challenging, honestly, to find a good orientation for this bathroom. And now we are going to be adding just a few more final details into this area and going to be adding some like bathroom robes, finishing up this bathroom, and then we're gonna be heading upstairs, which is a loft slash office slash landing space is the middle area, and then on either side are bedrooms. So we are just going to be adding a nice little bonsai tree, going to be adding some musical instruments. This area is very much a like skill building area of the house. Like I know your Sims can like get skills by watching the TV or by cooking, but I wanted this area to be like the main skill building area. So we are just going to be adding some wall art, gonna be adding some rugs, and going to be making this space pretty pink and girly, but I do tone down the pink with the rugs later on in the video before I close it out. So I wanted to add a cute little telescope area and a seating area back here, and then we are going to be doing a little bit of rearranging before we go into the kids' bedroom. This bedroom is designed for two little girls, a infant and a child. I wanted to do infant and a toddler, but I also didn't want you to deal with two high chairs. So if you play in this home, you are welcome. You don't have to deal with two high chairs, but you can also just like get rid of both high chairs and then not have to deal with any high chairs. So we are just making a little reading area over here in the toddler, soon to be child's area. I feel like the infant area was pretty simple, and there is that high chair that I just had to add. So we are just going to be making this area very matching, and I wanted to go for the pink and purple just because I just wanted to be a little cute little girl's bedroom in here. So we are going to be adding a toy chest for the child and a dollhouse for the child. Also thought it'd be funny to add a dollhouse into a dollhouse build, and so it's mostly just for like my own enjoyment. And I should also mention before the video ends, if you are planning in building or playing in this home, you should use the cheat Control Shift C BB dot move objects, no spaces in between. I did like place some items in a very special way where they disappeared even when I was trying to take the screenshots for this video. So I don't want that to happen to you, so make sure to use that cheat. And now we're just going to be heading into the parents' bedroom. I didn't go for a very strong pink vibe in this room. I was trying to go for more of a neutral area in this room, and you can't see it now, but during the screenshot you will see that like the exterior has like these like folds, and I wanted the folds to look like it like opens and closes like the dollhouse, and I thought that was just a cute little feature, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. So we are getting close to the end of the video or to the screenshots, so if you enjoyed watching, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help my channel grow, and if you have any build suggestions or something specific you want to see me build, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you all next Tuesday for another Sims 4 video. Bye. Hope you all have an amazing week.